Howdy folks, welcome to the channel. I'm Don, this is Rockin' the Country, and I've got part 2 of a 6-part series of the Women of Country Music. It was done in 1993, and it features some of the big hitters and many artists that you know. And it's a gift from funRonni, and I've got a new playlist that's my documentaries playlist, and this and all the episodes that are really biographies or documentaries go in that one. So Ronnie, thank you for this gift. Ronnie made the equivalent of 6 gifts to the channel for me to do 6 episodes because this is an hour-and-a-half long special. So let's get into part 2 of the Women of Country Music. Here we go.
You can have my coffee, you can have my tea, but just you let my fella be. I'm jealous, jealous-hearted me. I'm just as jealous as I can be.
Our first female stars in country music were actually just cast members of the radio barn dance halls, like Renfro Valley or the Grand Ole Opry. We had Lulu Bell at WLS in Chicago, Cousin Emmy at WSB down in Atlanta, Coon Creek Girls at the Renfro Valley Barn Dance in Kentucky. Sunshine Sue was at the Old Dominion Barn Dance. And at the Grand Ole Opry, there was Minnie Pearl.
Now I've got a man and a bulldog too. My man don't fight, but my bulldog do. I'm jealous, jealous-hearted me. I'm just as jealous as I can be.
Back in those days, you went to a radio station, you worked a couple years, and you worked the dates, the towns around that you could drive to every night and get back in for your morning program.
It wasn't just this particular artist or that particular artist. It was a show. It was a combined show together as a barn dance.
It was all just the folk songs and the spirituals, the hymns and the real mountain songs, you know.
Home to my mother, she is dearer than the others. Take me home to her, take me home.
Wow.
The Grand Ole Opry became the longest-running radio show in history and still is. And the early Opry stars that were women specialized in songs that were like nostalgic and kind of sentimental. They were called heart songs.
Could I tell you once again somehow? Have I told with all my heart and soul how I adore you? Well, darling, I'm telling you now.
Of course, I grew up singing a lot of those soul-type songs, you know, and a lot of them were heart songs, you know, and that's the type of song that I sang back when I first started recording.
I think those kind of songs are what country music is really made up of. They tell about the heart and soul of people and the feelings that they went through and the experiences that they had, and that's why a lot of the real old songs are very sad, the tearjerker, you know, kind of songs.
I think about the songs that really tear me apart, and they're songs that really I hear and I go, wow, how did they know that about me, or you know, that really make me feel what they're saying and make me believe what they're saying, and those are the kind of songs that I look for.
Certain genres reveal it more than others do, though.
You fight for every breath, caught without a ship in this sea of neglect. The one you swore to love is pulling you down. You're in over your head, chilled to the bone by the waters you've tread. Chart a course to land before you drown. Swim to the nearest distant shore. There's only so much a heart can endure. You gave it your best, forgive yourself. You can't hold on anymore. It's not as far as it might seem. swim to the nearest distant shore. He said for you he'd change, then he let you down and watch you take the blame. You're trapped between his lies and the great unknown. You vowed you would not fail, but this ain't success, it's a living hell. There's nothing left to lose, you're already alone.
This is written.
Swim to the nearest distant shore. There's only so much a heart can endure. You gave it your best, forgive yourself, you can't hold on anymore.
Yeah.
It's not as far as it might seem. Now it's time to let go of old dreams. Every heart for itself. Swim to the nearest distant shore. Every heart for itself.
You see what I've said before, that country music, traditional country music, speaks to life, not just because the way in which the stories are told, but because in the way in which the instrumentation supports what's being said. I mean, there's no other genre that makes room for this kind of either truth or storytelling in the patient way in which, for example, this song is allowing it to be told. And maybe this was written 80, 100 years ago. I don't know how long ago this was written. Because what Tricia had said is that she loves the songs that speak to her, that, come from the hills, the heart songs from the hills,
Swim to the nearest distant shore.
The first song that I ever learned was Patsy Montana's I Want to Be a Cowboy's Sweetheart.
I want to be a cowboy sweetheart. I want to learn to rope and to ride. I want to ride o'er the plains and the desert, out west of the Great Divide. I want to hear the coyotes howling while the sun sinks in the west. I want to be a cowboy sweetheart. That's the life that I love best.
I never dreamed that Cowboy Sweetheart would ever click. I wrote it just to have something to sing. A little fast little number. I needed fast little number. But the phenomenal thing about that number, nowadays it can hit overnight. But that number never hit. It just never died. It stayed right in there.
She sold 1 million records, clear back, just out of the Depression time. And really, really put country music on the map.
Country songs that were written were also so descriptive of the way people felt deep inside, so honest and unashamedly bearing their soul, so to speak, musically. So one was a love for the West and what was there, and the other was very personal, but yet very honest music.
Cowboys and cowgirls are really generally very focused on what they do and generally very good at what they do. And I think there's a typical admiration that goes along with that, along with a historical backing. It's the Old West. It's American.
Love her speaking voice.
That's what it's all about.
Back in those days, you didn't travel alone with boys. You just didn't. So I really think we broke the ice that way of going out with 4 guys and a gal. In the money situation, they tried to take advantage, pay me less because I was a girl. But I look back and I stood my ground. I wasn't scared me. I just stood my ground. And I got what I was supposed to get.
Then breeze blows the leaves around while the broom lifts the gentle
It just seemed that the men got the breaks as far as billing was concerned, and the girls took sort of second spot in the shows, you know, and it's wonderful to see them come into their own.
I think in order to feel good about what you're doing and to get things done the way that you want them to be, you have to be strong, and I think there's nothing wrong with that. But it does seem to make it difficult when you're working with other people, men, because of the fact that you are hard to work with if you know what you want.
I think there's always been a saying in Nashville that if you're a man and you're aggressive and take care of business, that you're really respected and called very strong, and if you're a woman, they call you something else.
You have to handle it, take it a step at a time, and do the best you can. But you definitely have to toughen up.
I think that's why so many has not survived, is because they wasn't tough enough.
I think that's why there's so many better women entertainers than there are men, in my opinion, right now, because they do have to try harder. They have to work harder at it, and they have to give more to get the same results, to get the same paycheck, you know? And then the paycheck is still less, So heaven help the working girl in a world that's run by men.
Everybody is just sort of empathetic with each other because we know that we all work really hard and we all have a passion for this thing, this music that we make.
I've adopted Susie Boggess for 2 or 3 reasons. First reason, she rejuvenated Cowboy Sweetheart, and she does a great job. She really yodels. And she's got a good voice, and I don't know what could stop her. Anyway, I've adopted her as my other. I've got an adopted daughter
Susie
now.
can yodel?
I think she's great. I'll make her pay me for that.
Said to me, I ain't being what I'm supposed to be. Well, I don't know, it could be true. I know I wasn't always there for you. And now you're ready to walk out. You're I would never want to do what it seems I've done. You can't deal with the aces and think I wouldn't play. Don't let this be the reason you would walk away. The things you think I should do, I've never understood that part of you. I know I tried to be a friend, but you feel undermined and hurt again. Now don't let it convince you. Please don't take it to heart. Compromise and realize you can never really run everything you start. You can't deal with the aces and think I wouldn't play. Don't let this be the reason you would walk away. Don't let
See how the
this be
instrumentation
the
allows the
reason
lyrics?
you would walk away.
making believe.
All right, I'm going to stop there. And out of 6, and if I extend it out to the 7th one, that'll be that. Just depends on how much commentary there is. on my behalf and all that. I don't want to make each episode too long, but I don't mind that. But in fairness to you guys, I like to kind of keep things in a certain way. But so much in here, so much about, I mean, when I'm watching them, I'm forgetting at times that this is about like women in country. I'm just looking at it as country. And I'm looking at the whole infrastructure, the way it developed. I'm listening to the lyrics. I'm hearing the way they're singing it. And I'm like, God, traditional country just gives life stories so much room to be told and to breathe. And of course, this is set against, I have different thoughts on how cultures develop and different misgivings that we have about how certain things happen and what forces are at work against certain, not whether it's certain people, whether it's certain groups, and what may not be working against them, but it may seem that way. In some situations, life is just hard for everybody involved, whether male or female. But in country music, obviously, I'm just grateful. I grew up with two sisters, so I don't see things in terms of male, female. I don't see things in terms of black, white, Asian, all this. I mean, I notice when someone's a woman, how could you not? But I just see talent. And obviously, you're going to see talent here because these are the women who made things happen. But it is just this phenomenal. Like, Miranda has been my favorite country artist for a long time. Now, recently, Waylon and Dwight moved way up the list to rival Miranda because more of Miranda's songs hit me deep in the heart than almost any other artists. And of course, I love Alan. I love Hank Jr. and Sr. and George Jones and all these folks. But it doesn't matter to me. If a song reaches me, it doesn't matter who it comes from. It could be a 5-year-old. I don't care. If it hits me, it hits me. That's about me. So anyway, all right. funRonni, featherRonni, philosopher Ronnie, female Ronnie. Thank you very much again, my dear. And onward and upward. Part 3 will be coming up tomorrow. Have a great day. I'll see you on another video and keep rocking the country.
Rockabilly and still is a vital force around the world.
At that time, I had never heard the name Elvis Presley. He was getting a name in certain areas, but he hadn't reached over.